Yeah, some of the sang here at Shady Grove on the ginseng side of the farm. As you can see, we've got several mature plants, and some of which have really got some large pods of berries. Those pods of berries usually produce 2, sometimes 3 actual seeds per berry. You'll see some of these berries, they'll have I've seen like 60 actual berries, but only had like 96 total seed. That was the most I had. I had that last year. That was off a plant very similar to this. But as you can see, there's a livelihood, future livelihood of Shady Grove. The wild ginseng, native Appalachian ginseng, tops and berries. We're going to leave the roots in the ground, folks, and hopefully in another few years we'll have quite a crop of seeds coming off, which will generate an income for a decent retirement for Carol and I. It may not support the whole retirement, but I think it'll be a good supplement, seeing how we all need as much as we can get. It's getting costly. But as you can see here, we have several 4s and 3s on this farm. Again, this is what a good area with shade can produce. This is roughly, I'm going to say 150 yards from the area that was affected by asplum. Again, it's just right down here. We're just up this little trail, just a few feet. We'll skip down here and see if we can't get a better view for you. Yeah, here on the farm we've got some nice sang, and the seeds and the tops, we dry those tops, and my wife sells them, and they make tea, and sometimes she mixes it with a mint, sometimes she just uses the ginseng itself. But however, it provides you with a little energy. It's very healthy, especially with a little honey. And as you can see, we're getting closer down here to the area that is affected, and again you can see the wide range of brightness that has taken upon my sang bed. And as I get closer, you'll see that there's a lot of light. And light, ginseng only requires 20% light. It really doesn't require that. It prefers 80% shade or darkness. This area that we're coming into is the area that's partially affecting. As you can see, it not only affected my beds above the road, but it's coming into my beds down below the path here, or a road that we're on. I prefer to call it a path. But as you see here, as you come into the area, there is ginseng. And it's not going too good. It's really close to the ground. The ground seems awful dry. We had this area pretty well covered with tops, dead and decaying tops. Here's a plant that's looking like it's wilting. Here's one that was affected under the log, and as you can see, these plants, I would dare say some of them are 20, 25 years old at the most. Should be a lot bigger. You saw plants that was the same rootstock, size-wise, maybe a year or two younger, but those earlier plants should represent what this bed should be looking like. But as you can see, they're starting to wilt a little bit. They're getting sunburn. As you can see, the red here on the leaf, that's your early precursor to sunburn. This one here is next to it. It's been affected as well. This one here, it's starting to take on maybe a blight. I'm not sure, but those spots there, I'm going to have to read up on that and see what's going on in this plant back here. It just looks stressed, you know what I mean? The color's not right. But yeah, there's sang and rows down through here, as you can see. here in this broad daylight now from this one here. Look how pale it is. The Sang's dying off. Today is, I believe, the 9th day of June. This Sang should be much taller, much greener, but it's in direct sunlight, and it's definitely taking its effect, wilting, killing my Sang. And there's some more. You know, it's everywhere in here. I plant as much as my land as I can. 4 plants per square foot. That's the basis of what I plant on. Okay, I've moved down to the lower path or road here on Shady Grove Farm. Just trying to show how far down off the hill that light is coming. As you can see here in the foyer, we do have some Sang. It's back here closer to the edge. I think it's getting the canopy off of this tree above it. But however, we still have a little shade here, and these plants are still doing fair to middling. Pot of berries on that. Not too shabby. Not too shabby. And there's another one, and another one. So, but then as you get in there a little closer, you'll see that there's very few plants. A lot of them wilted, turning yellow. Way too early. That's the 9th day of June, 2017. The Sang's been in here for approximately 5 years. And again, the patch that on the earlier video I showed of the older plants, but healthier plants due to the shade. We're dealing here with a lack of shade. The nutrients are good. The soil's been checked. pH level's good. Calcium level's high where it should be. That provides food for the Sang. But there's something going on. I believe it's the sun. Pretty big hole there. Like I said, they want to argue. We'll see. It's August 24th. Got a few berry pods here that we're going to try to harvest the berries today. As you can see, I've got the nylon berry bags on them, and what we're doing is trying to keep those berries from getting lost or eaten by varmints, squirrels, moles, voles, you name it, birds. There's a lot of things that go after them. Turkeys love them, but our business is going to be in these seed. We need to be able to capture as well as we can. We won't always get them all, but we want a few to self-propagate. But a lot of these is going to turn into $4 a piece in 2 years, if not more. And that's how us forest farmers earn a little bit of money. It's not always a sure thing, but it sure helps. Look at that. That's beautiful. That's a big 4-prong. What a beauty. There's something that ate the pulp off of those seed already. And found the seed laying there. So, not sure what done that, but probably a bird of some type. This patch here got a lot of old plants in it. All these plants are probably 35 years old. Older plant, putting off a top like that and the berries. It's a lot better to leave it in the ground and harvest the berries in the top. That root will only produce more and more and more.